All right, so we got a 1925 Model T. We're going to do a quick demonstration of getting the car started. Of course, first step's going to be going through your lubrication stuff, all your suspension and steering, and into the motor area as well, which we've got a diagram of that. If it's a cold start, you're going to be using this right here to add a little bit of fuel to the intake. In the position it's in now, that is driving position. Either 90 degrees this way or the other way is going to be open to add that fuel. You want to make sure it's in that position when you start the car. We've got fuel shut off down here. The only position where fuel will travel through into the carburetor is that right there. So any other position on here is off. This is on. There's a firewall there. All right, so with the fuel on, everything else happens in the car. You want to make sure that on the steering column, you have your throttle lever. That's going to go down about parallel to the floorboards. A little bit of throttle, and then that's your spark advance lever. That's going to be in the fully retarded position or all the way up, and that's your starting position on those. The starter is a small button on the floorboard. In order to get that with your heel, we found that this little nut with a magnet on it is essential, otherwise your shoe really can't press on that. So you're going to use your heel to start the car. These pedals here are not part of your starting procedure. You want that lever right there in the fully back position. That's e-brake for the purposes of this video. You want your key turned to the left or counterclockwise, and then it's going to be a little finicky on this particular car. There's a certain spot where the buzz box will light up. It may not make a noise when the car is just sitting here. It depends entirely on the position of the motor. If you don't hear the buzzing when you start cranking the motor, that key needs to be rotated slightly in one direction or the other. The only other factor here is going to be your mixture lever here. And for that, you're going to pull back to choke. And that may be necessary, it may not be necessary. It'll depend on whether the vehicle has been running. We found that it is sometimes necessary depending on the car. So you may have to use your right hand to pull that for just a split second as you're cranking the car. But otherwise, you're ready now to start her up. So with the throttle and spark in that position, put your heel on and to press the crank. And then as soon as the car starts, that you see he's got his hand on the spark lever. As soon as the car starts, you're gonna advance that timing. Just like that. And then we'll go ahead and play with the throttle, get the car kind of happy. You may have to adjust your mixture clockwise or counterclockwise. It's all by feel, and it will probably have to be adjusted as you're driving. The last step after starting the car before driving is flipping the key from the battery position to the magneto position, as demonstrated. And now, you're ready to drive the Model T. All right, so you got the car idling, you're ready to take it for your drive. So you might need a little bit of throttle on here. Your switch is in the magneto position, and you've got a lever and 3 pedals. This foot's on the brake, the middle pedal is your reverse pedal, and the far left pedal is your go pedal. It's not a throttle, it's not connected to the engine, it just drives the transmission. So with the lever in the rear position, you're going to move that to the middle position right before the car kind of wants to go on its own, which it's kind of doing right now. You need to pull that pedal or that back just a little bit. There you go. And now you can operate the car forward with the left pedal and reverse with the middle pedal. The far right pedal is always your brake. So if you want to go ahead and reverse, this is taking place with just that middle pedal. Then you can let off that pedal, hit the brake, and then you can use the left pedal to drive forward. And the brake. All right, that's low gear operation. Now you want to stop the vehicle, so you're going to pull that handle all the way to the rear. Now you're back at idle. All right, so you're ready to get out onto the road into high gear. So you're going to start out, you're already in low gear, that pedal or that lever is in the middle position. You've been operating up to this point on just that left lever, the left pedal. So you're going to start out with that left pedal to move forward. And once you're moving and out onto the road, we're going to take that lever and put it all the way forward and let our foot off of the left pedal. And now we're in high gear without any input on the feet. We're traveling down the road. We're going to use the throttle to control our speed. And then once we're ready, we can depress the pedal as we pull back on the lever when you're ready to turn around or stop. There, he made a slight adjustment, giving it just a little bit more fuel because it didn't sound like it wanted to make it up this hill. These cars have personalities, and you have to figure out what each one needs to encounter certain situations, make it through. All right, we're gonna turn it around. So he reduced his throttle. Depress the pedal as you're moving that lever back. All right, now you're back into low gear. Left foot for forward. Handbrake forward. Remove the left foot for high gear. And we're moving.